Hey y'all, and welcome back to another Winning Wednesday. So the word for this week is time. So do you all remember in science how we learned about natural resources? Well, time, it's a natural resource, but it is one of the most underused and undervalued resources that we all have. We each get 24 hours in a day. So it's important for us to value the time that we have, because that is one resource that cannot be taken back. Once it's gone, it is gone. So in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 3 through 8, it tells us about time. It tells us there's a time for everything. There's a time and a season and a place for every single activity under earth. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to cry, a time to laugh. And I'm not going to go through all of those times, but I want to make that a reference point for us to know that the Bible tells us that there's times for everything in our lives, whether they're good or whether they're bad. So there's always going to be a time and a season for things to happen in our lives. But here's the point for this week. The problem with us in misvaluing or undervaluing our time is that we stay in some of those seasons too long. Like the time that we failed at something, or the time we felt embarrassed or ashamed about something, the time that we messed up, the time that we felt rejected or disappointed, or it could be the time that you are stuck in right now, or the time that you've been stuck in doing things that maybe selfishly please you. We stay in some of these areas too long. Ecclesiastes says there's a time for everything. And once that time is over, it's time to move on and move on to that next phase. So when we stay in some of those times too long, it causes us to misuse the time that we actually have right now. So that's how we misuse those 24 hours that we have in a day. So when we stay in those times too long, we miss out on the opportunities that our time could be used for, like working on ourselves, our spiritual selves, our family, our physical selves, our careers, whatever it is, instead of staying stuck in that time or even helping someone else. But instead, some of us are held bound and trapped in certain times and certain seasons in our life. So are you stuck in one moment in time right now? Because sometimes we often wish that we could have more time in a day. But are you making that wish because you're not able to accomplish all the things that you have because you're stuck in one time, in one presence? You know, I wasn't going to mention this, but I just really feel it right now in my heart from the Holy Spirit to say this. There are things that have caused me in the past to stay trapped in a certain moment or in a certain time. And it was hard for me because I had good intentions on doing certain things, or I've made a plan for my day because I remember what that thing was from yesterday. And I've carried it into the next day because I know that I got a new, fresh 24 hours and I want to make it new. I want to make it brand new. I want to be productive in this new day that I have. But yet I carried that past time into today. And by the time I got to the end of the day, I felt so defeated because I had wasted so much of my day. When every day we wake up, we have a new time. We have an opportunity to stay stuck in this time or take advantage of the new opportunity that we have. So that's why sometimes we often wish that we can turn back the hands of time. But we need to look at how we are using our time in the present. Remember how you used your time in the past, and think about how you want to use your time now in the future. Because it is only then, after we examine how we've used our time, that we will have a better time, a better understanding, of our time in the future. So see the value of the time that you have. So stop wasting your time on thoughts, on energy, on people, on resources, or things that don't bring you value in your day. Don't waste your time on things that will also just benefit you and not benefit anyone else. Consider where you are in your time right now, in the present moment. How are you spending your day? How are you spending those 24 hours? Are you spending your time wisely doing things? Are you stuck in one moment of time? Are you spending your time bringing value to yourself, to your neighborhood, to your job, to your community, to your family, to the next generation? How are you spending your time? Don't be selfish with your time by spending it just on yourself, or spending it on things that give you self-gratification, or spending it in different seasons that you've stayed too long in. So surrender your time and surrender your day to God. Allow the Holy Spirit to lead and to guide you and to show you opportunities and ways to really use your time to maximize those 24 hours in a day. And when you do that, you will find a self-fulfillment like none other. So that is the Winning Wednesday word. I do pray that you would consider how you're using your 24 hours in a day. Thank you all for watching and tuning in. Thank you all for your comments and for your likes and for your shares. I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all in the next one.